1 o'clock in the morning, starting the Whitney climb. Coming up on our first water crossing. All right, coming up on our second water crossing, about 3/4 of a mile in. I wore my boots because of this. All right, let's try to not get wet. Not too bad. At least this one wasn't. Could have done it in trail runners, honestly. And we continue. In case you're wondering how dark it is out here. See the Milky Way. All right. 1 hour in, had my first gel. Pro tip, pack a plastic bag so your pockets don't get all slimy. Have my watch set to alert me every 20 minutes to drink and then every hour to eat something. Coming up on the next crossing, the logs. About 2.8 miles in from the Wagbag area. Whew. Something just made noise that I'm stepping on. Oh dear. I feel like there was more water last year. And that concludes this portion of the video. Some water. Haven't ran into anything yet, knock on wood, including people. Well, hikers going up. Ran into 2 hikers coming down. But ran into some deer at the trailhead. Just had a little field mice cross right now. This place is beautiful during the day. It's so beautiful now. About 4 miles in, gonna get some water. That water crossing might be a little sketch, but not too bad. Gone through about half a liter of water. All right, we're at Outpost Camp, about 4 miles in, just filled up water. Another amateur tip: if you don't want your hands to get cold when you're using your Sawyer squeeze, use gloves. That is all. There is a water crossing. Maybe boots were a good idea. All right, second snack in. Note to self, don't bring these again. So damn dry. Hard to hike and chew without feeling like I'm gonna freaking suffocate. That is all. About 4 miles in, 2 hours, roughly. Another water crossing. This one looks okay for trail shoes. All right, we're just about mile 5 to 6. For me is, I mean, probably for everybody, but for me, it's one of the tougher ones because you're getting like an extra 200 feet per mile of elevation versus the 500 to 600 that you were getting before. So now it's like 700-800 feet per mile. But after this climb, it's trail camp. So, and then it's switchbacks, which suck. So, all these damn stairs. But away we go. The snow. And it's all the way down. Trailside meadow. Can't get that with satellite. Hiking this in the dark is kind of like when you're driving in a scenic area on a cliff and you can't see anything because you're the driver. It sucks. I definitely recommend an overnight so you can hike this during the day, because on the way down you just want to go back home and back to the car. Next water crossing, 5.89 miles in. Probably doable with trail shoes, even though I just slipped. Good thing I'm wearing boots. Now my feet are just cold but not wet. And no, it wasn't because I was watching the video. The rock slipped. All right, we're at trail camp. Just got done filling up water. Sun's coming up. Got about 3 liters of water. We're at about 12,000 feet. Switchbacks are right there. Also got the gloves on because it's cold. It's probably about 45 degrees, judging by the way my knees are feeling. Starting the switchbacks. All right, it's cold, it's windy. I don't know how to turn this around. Got my rain jacket on to block the wind. It's still cold. Gloves on, feet, that's ice all the way down there from when they got wet earlier. Probably from sweat too, sweaty. No elevation sickness, just out of shape sickness, but we're getting closer. It's you can kind of see it. I could zoom in, but I'm one-handed. Top is right there, but we also, oh hey, have to go through that right there. Yep. So trying to stay warm every time the sun pokes out. Okay. First time I came through here, slipped right there. All this loose gravel. I'm watching it. I'm not even looking at the phone. I was all icy this morning. About to put the phone away. Try not to eat crap again. It's hot. This feels really good. Probably filter water here. I mean, I'm almost positive you can. Don't rely on it in the morning if it's cold because it's frozen over and extremely slick to walk on. Ya nomás, que verde. Except for the mountains. Oh, fishy. All right, obviously I'm at home. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Just wanted to talk about the elevation sickness that I got on the way back down. So from from the summit to Trail Crest, there's still about 200 feet that you have to go uphill. And every time I hit one of those sections, I got super fatigued, super exhausted. I could feel my heartbeat just throbbing in my temples, and I could also feel and hear my eardrums just beating in my ears, obviously. So at first I thought I was just exhausted from not sleeping. My original plan was to sleep from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. and then or to 1 and then start the hike around 2 in the morning. I ended up sleeping at 6, waking up at 8 or 8:30, and then starting the hike at 1 o'clock because I just couldn't sleep. Let's see, what do I got here on my notes? You know, like I said, I thought it was just regular exhaustion, but once I hit the switchbacks after trail crest, I was flying down. I was doing 3.5 mile per hour pace downhill, and I was just flying. I felt completely fine. Compared to last year, I did hike the trail last year, no issues last year, but I did the same acclimation except for we camped overnight last year, so I didn't spend that extra night at 12,000 feet this year, so that's probably what it was. You know, I did drink the same, I fueled the same, I drank, ate, everything was the same as last year. It's just that one last bit of spending at elevation. So, you know, thankful I made it back down, and I got more experience for next year. For next time, I'm never doing this in a one-day hike again. I don't recommend it. I just didn't like it. I got it done, cross it off the bucket list, but I got the experience for next time because, you know, that altitude is no joke.